What's going on, everybody? It's Cortez the Conqueror
Welcome. Happy Sunday.
and Ken Alicia.
Hello. How you doing today, Cortez?
I'm pretty good. I got a TV going in the background, though. One second here. It's going to throw me off. There we go. Okay.
Better.
Yeah, I'm so excited today. Who do we got in the chat so far? Big shout out to the mod squad. Got Kind Buds, Dank Nugs holding it down, along with Bella Lynn.
Yes, thank you guys.
Yeah, a lot of this wouldn't be possible without the whole team, you know what I mean? It's
Yep.
actually kind of funny, like everybody's always like, Cortez, you got it figured out. Cortez, you're so organized. No, I'm not. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for Alicia and my wife over here, we'd be in trouble. Trust me.
Yeah. Everyone plays their role really well, so that's what makes it a lot better. It makes it easier. So if you had to do everything yourself, goodness, be a lot to do.
Oh yeah, because I would like ask the whole world to come on the show. And then I'd be like double booking people, triple booking, like, oh wait, I have three people scheduled for the same thing.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not really my wheelhouse, not really my strong suit.
Yeah. That's when you
Well,
say, well, I guess we're having a panel today.
right,
So many
right.
people. Oh,
But it's kind of like I remember back to my days of like working in a restaurant when it would get like busy, when it was like the crunch time, they'd be like aces in their places. And that just meant that everybody that like whatever you're good at, wherever you know you're supposed to be when it gets busy, like go over there.
hmm exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Then everything rolls pretty well after that.
right. Damn, big shout out to Justin. We got people tuning in all the way from the UK.
Thank you. Yay. It'll be a good
But
one today. It's going to be fun. We've
almost
got
definitely.
Taken Tops and Gigi. This is Cosmic Candy
Yeah, we
to
brought
co-host.
special guest hosts on. I think they'll match each other's energy pretty good. But
Yes.
as always, this show is sponsored by Real Growers. If you guys were thinking about getting any type of grow dots, recharge, even a real bucket system, go ahead and go over to www.realgrowers.com/Cortez, or you can just use coupon code Cortez at checkout, and you're going to have pretty decent savings, and you can also score free shipping that way.
Mhm. Might as well save money on something you're already buying.
Oh, most definitely. But here, let's not hold the people up too much. Let's go ahead and bring in Gigi.
Oh,
Howdy.
there comes with an entrance.
You know,
Thing looks
Alicia,
like a Cuban.
I always roll in like Scarface. I don't know what to tell you, Alicia. Cortez, my Chicago friend, I'm bringing you the warmest of greetings from Oklahoma and the great people here. Alicia, representing the East Coast. I love this. Look at me. I'm right in the middle of you guys.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right. And I'm pretty sure
Southwest.
Ops is from East Coast originally too. So you guys got that like little flavor going on.
Bringing the East.
But Gigi, did you want to go ahead and give yourself a shout out, let people know who you are, let them know how they can find you on social media?
Well, sure. And I'd like to say hello to everybody because I can't see who's in here, and that's totally cool because you know why? I love freestyling my shit. So it's me, Gigi. I'm the Cosmic Cotton Candy, your friend from Oklahoma, by way of Chicago. And I grow plants in my garage. I'm a culture junkie. So when Cortez asked me, hey, you know, you're thinking, what do you think about this thing? And Alicia's saying, you know, what do you think? And I thought, oh my God, this is just like another, you know what this is? It's a fucking flotilla, man, in Lake fucking Michigan. All right. And we're going and we're hopping from boat to boat, baby.
Yep. Yep.
I'm having a good time growing these plants. And of course, I'm having a good time smoking these plants. I've smoked them since the 80s, for Christ's sake.
Uh-oh. Big shout out Traptor X.
Oh, he's our behind the scenes information guy.
So Gigi, you know how like if you watch Joe Rogan or something, there's that guy that like will like put the stuff on the screen and like find the facts and stuff. We hired Traptor X to do that for us.
I want a Tractor X for my show. I want one so bad. Oh my god.
He's a pretty nice guy. I mean, if you ask, you could probably twist his arm a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Gigi, what?
Yes.
Gigi, Gigi has a show, High as Hell, on it's on Instagram. Tuesday nights.
With Debo.
When you start at 8, you end at like 1 a.m.
You know, we end when we feel like ending. I don't know. You know, there's 8 people that are still awake and got nobody to talk to. Come on.
Yeah.
That's kind
It
of.
was actually one day that I wandered in there. I had just made like a new batch of edibles and ate way too much. Overconsumption situation. And I wander in there, and Gigi, I thought you were fucking with us, but was that the actual menu from the Oklahoma State Fair?
Fuck yeah, it was Cortez.
It was like, she's like, so what sounds better, cheesecake or pickled armadillo's feet?
I mean, Cortez, I'm a culture junkie. Oklahoma is its own culture. I gotta taste the pro nuts down here, dude. That's right. They had something called the bro nut. It was a sandwich. And I walked around the corner and I saw it up on the menu because you know how it is set up with the state fair and the trailers of the food. I'm walking around the corner, I see it. There's a bunch of big dudes standing in front of the window there, and I'm looking up. I'm like, bro nut. I'm not gonna order.
Is that like a Rocky Mountain oyster type of situation?
It has to do with brisket. No, it's barbecue. It's barbecue.
Oh. When you said bro nuts, like it just made me sound like it was some type of like farm animal testicles.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the bun. The bread is a donut, Cortez. The bread was a donut, and then they put all that shit on it.
Wow.
That bro shit, whatever that is.
I'm sure the taste of Chicago puts it to shame.
Well, yeah. How much are the giant turkey legs there now, man? I haven't been there since like I don't know when.
Oh, probably like $57. I don't know.
I mean, do people still go to these things? I mean, it's fun, I guess, when you're from out of town, you know. But
yeah, it's more for tourists.
Yeah,
like a lot of things in Chicago. It's like, hey, Gigi, can I get a little bit of backup here? People from Chicago don't eat deep dish pizza.
I grew up every Friday night up in the suburbs when I was a kid eating Tonelli's pizza on Friday nights. It's a tavern style thin crust.
Yeah, the double crust even maybe in the pan, in the cast iron with the fucking butter, maybe a little cornmeal. Know what I'm talking about?
We know how to make good pizza. We know how to make good pizza in Chicago. You know, I have all due respect to it. You know, I'm on a pizza odyssey here, Cortez, which is part of the problem because I need to drop a few, but that's all right. Okay. We're all going forward one fucking day at a time, people.
That's all you can do.
I know what to send Gigi for Christmas now. I actually sent out Scotty recently, within like the past couple months. I just sent him one of those Portillo's gift packages where it's the beef with the peppers and the gravy, and it's all like cryovac in the fucking dry ice. It's like an Omaha steak, but it's just beef and peppers. I had to say, because they live like animals out there in Colorado, so I had to send a little culture their way. I had to send a little good food. But on that note, let's go ahead and bring in our guest, who happens to be from Colorado. Big salute to the Globfather himself.
Hi, welcome.
How's it going, guys? How we doing?
Can I come towards you and kiss the ring, Godfather?
The Godfather.
It's the hash jar.
Uh-huh.
Kiss in
Oh.
the hash jar,
That's
please.
smart.
Offer
Tops,
to
you know
you.
they got like all that crazy packaging now. You should get something that's like maybe like a blow pop, but it's like a little dab jar, so you can go like
Like a
on,
ring
Always
pop?
open.
on this day of my
Always,
daughter's wedding. Maybe some type of vibes like that. You know what I mean?
no, always open to new ideas and collaborations.
Dude, I seen some shit from New York recently. Have you seen those like greeting cards when you like open it, it'll play like a Christmas carol or something? I
Mm-hmm.
seen these fucking boxes that was like a Mylar holder, and when you open the box, it played like some kind of song.
I have like a jewelry box that does that. Like when you
But just imagine, like they're putting that shit in like packaging now, and I guarantee you the weed that was inside of the Mylar, inside of the box, was mid as fuck.
How do you know that, Cortez? How do you know?
Honestly, some of the best weed I've ever gotten in my life, I didn't even get a bag with it. It just got like put in my hand, and that's just kind of my personal experience. It's like the more elaborate people get with the packaging, the more trash the herb is.
Oh, that's interesting.
They're putting more
see
too much time in there.
in this market though, it's crazy. It's not like marketing is like number one.
Yeah.
And
You
then
need to catch the eye.
To
Yeah, because
me,
you see
it's
it
kind
with
of
your
like
eyes.
alarm bells, you know what I mean? If somebody went with like all this elaborate packaging, it's like stay away from it. Like Gigi, you're out there in Oklahoma. What if some guys in like an F-350 that's got like a 16-inch lift on it? What do you think's going on there?
That's what I'm doing. What the fuck is going on up there, fellas? You know that nobody knows who I am here, Cortez, until I open my mouth. That's what I've been told by the locals.
Well, I have a question actually. Speaking of like the packaging for tops, how did you come up with the idea of you have the two different companies and the two different images? Did you create that all yourself from that? For that?
Yeah, so the Takin Tops one, like that.
Mhm.
I came up with that while I was sleeping, and then I woke up like I was like laying there, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I got up and I drew it on like a Post-it note, and I still have it. It's like in my
Really?
files
No
somewhere.
shit.
But yeah, I woke up at like 2:30 because like I would have forgotten it if I like went back to sleep. So
Right.
Yeah.
I got up and I drew it, and then when I woke up in the morning, I sent that picture to an artist and paid him to like make that a reality. And then with the Globfather stuff, it was like I couldn't market the hash under the same brand as like the flower because they're two completely different products. And I wanted something that would resonate like with the people. Like it's just kind of like being in the free market, you can kind of play around with different ideas. It's like why we're able to do the Turpicana and like because
Oh yeah.
if we were to try and like put this stuff in stores, like it wouldn't go over very well. But like we're within our own like operating procedures, obviously. So yeah, we just we find something that we like, and it's kind of like meme stuff, you know. It resonates with the people.
Yeah.
You just put your own little twist on it and like have fun with it at the same time, and keep refining the idea as you go along. And you know, like I said, it's all for fun.
Yeah, I love that Globfather thing. Every time I look at it, I just kind of laugh like, it's so funny. It's just cool.
I find it very, very pleasing myself.
Yeah, and the nature, I guess, of like the whole like black market hash scene and like the families, you know what I mean? Like those, it's very like they very much intertwine as far as like the underground kind of scene and the way things operate. So I just figured that it seemed appropriate. Cortez, I think you're muted, brother.
Is Cortez coughing?
I don't know. He was like,
Wait, can you guys hear me now?
banana jar, I think.
What's going on, Cortez? Do you need some assistance?
No. Wait, can you guys hear me now though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I actually muted myself, but I muted from like the remote, so it didn't show on the screen that I was muted. I don't want to like cough in you guys' ear. But no, so this is actually one of my favorites. Ooh, still coughing. Yeah, I did that one a little hot.
Called the
So this
GG.
Yeah.
We've
So
all
this
been
is
there,
actually
you
one of
know?
my favorites, the juicy fruit.
Oh, dude, actually, I got one of those in here.
I got
What flavors
this
do you have?
one here too. I got the white lemon heads, but this one's kind of more of like, I don't know, it's like a little bit more terpy, so it's a little bit more on the liquid side. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that because as I'm trying to like scoop it, it's like fighting me.
So for those ones, keep them in the fridge, obviously, and then
Oh
like
yeah, that's what I do.
when you
I
are
keep
ready
them in
to
the little
smoke it,
butter drawer.
so when you are
That's my
ready
dab
to
drawer.
smoke them, like with rosin, like you can leave it on the dab tool and like kind of just like set it wherever until you're ready. With those runnier ones, I just recommend that you heat up the rig, let it sit and do its cool down period, and like right before you're ready to take your dab, just like grab your scoop that you want right then, because it's not like one of the things we take pride on with the Tropicana is like it is made with all fresh frozen nug run. Like within 15 minutes of everything being harvested, it hits a dryer or it hits dry ice and in a freezer. So
Wow.
like it's completely flash frozen, and like a lot of people are used to seeing stuff that's branded live resin, but it's just stuff that's being in mass production in California, and it's not with frozen materials, just with like old dry trim, and they're adding
Ooh.
artificial terpenes back in, and they are serving like a big like niche in the market, because right now with the economy the way it is, like people are asking
Yeah.
for $150 ounce of concentrate. But like, if just be transparent with the customer. That's my whole thing. Don't sell somebody something that's not live resin and call it live resin, because like we'll talk to some people and we'll tell them like the price point of our stuff, and they're like, no, I can get live resin here in Texas for 150 an ounce, and I'm like, no, you can't. They're telling you they're telling you that you can, and you're just believing them, and that's just that, nobody's fault.
Something that came over the border from Tijuana.
Yeah. So I mean, or just not even so much as like sketchy, but stuff that's been like imagine shipping containers in California that have been just building. People have just been throwing their trim in it because like they don't know what to do with it. Then you as a business owner, somebody approaches you one day and says, I can turn that shipping container of trim into a shipping container of cash. And then your ears perk up and you say, oh, how can you do that? And they tell you, oh, I'll run everything. I'll CRC it, add artificial terpenes, and it's out. And the market is flooded with that. And people are calling that live resin. And it makes people that are actually putting time and effort to produce like a quality product
Doing it the right way.
It's making us have to go explain ourselves like an arm and a leg to try and justify the price of a good product. But like we gave out dabs of this stuff at the DGC Cup all day long, like just free dab booth all day long, and everyone that smoked it said that it was night and day difference and the best live resin they ever smoked. So really, as a connoisseur and somebody that like I believe people look at my opinion. Like I just try to educate the people that are watching, like to go out and actually try like a quality live resin, well-made BHO product before they like put all of those eggs into one basket.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I met you like 2 cups ago, and I met you through Dude, Where's My Bong? Big shout out.
Oh yeah, dude. No,
Yeah.
Sean is good people.
Oh boy. It's my road dog when I'm in Colorado.
Yeah, I've met a lot of really great people through the scene, and like specifically the DGC, and you're one of them. So happy to keep connecting with real people that are just trying to free the plant and do this for the scene.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, and this actually isn't, well, this technically isn't our first time making some content either. Can't forget about that wing video.
Yeah, dude, the wing video was great. Like we had so much fun at the cup, and then you brought me the medicated wings, and yeah, and you brought me the cocktail too, man.
Yeah.
You liven the party, you know.
Oh, most definitely. Yours is actually my favorite. And I've been saying this for a while, so it's not like I'm just kissing your ass because you're on the show. Like you were definitely like you definitely hammed it up because there was some people that were kind of like nervous or sketched out because I'm like giving them food and putting a camera in their face.
Yeah.
And like for Tops, he took it right away. There was some people that were kind of like nervous, but I kind of like played into it a little bit and kind of started doing like that soft pressure, like I was like a bookie or something. Like, come on, what do you mean you don't got my money?
No, I'm definitely not camera shy. And like for me, like going to the DGC Cup for me is like that's like I have to be ready to be like the most social. That's like my most social day of the year. I talk to more people on that day than I do any other day of the year. Like you got to just you got to go into that event expecting anything and everything to happen, and like yeah, you sleep really really good that night.
Not only that, it's like maybe more interaction in the cannabis community than any other day of the year. But at the same time, it's like the people that you talk to all throughout the year, even if it's somebody that just asks little questions here or there, somebody you bullshit with casually, like every so often. And they'll come up and it'll be like, who is this guy? You know, I guess I'm a little bit more recognizable. But kind of like, then they'll be like, "Oh, I'm so so." I'm like, "Oh, hey, come on!" Like I thought you were like a weirdo.
And I mean, like, dude, I mean, people fly in from all over the place to, you know,
Fuck
have
yeah!
have a good time and to get an experience. And so, like, the thing
It's
is,
like adult summer camp.
when I had first went to the Cup, I looked around and there was nobody like vending, like kind of like doing what I do, like when I go there. And they were actually telling everybody to like go to a dispo, and I was
What?
like, it was like there was like I guess on the website, it was like you know what I mean.
Oh,
So
Top seen that shit. He was like, "Hold on, hold my beer."
so when I had when I left that day, I was like, huh. And like I started planning for like what was going to be the next year when we vended, and now it's kind of picked up to where like there's quite a handful of people that are vending. But like the reason
Yeah.
I brought this up was because I feel like it's on the vendors to like provide that experience that people are flying in for.
Right,
Like,
right.
people
And
are
then just to kind of take that to like another extent, because like me myself personally, I actually do have like a decent job where I got benefits, retirement, all that good stuff, paid vacation time every year. But like for me to go to the cup, like I do pretty much every year, I gotta basically plan my whole year around it. So I'm like, it's like January, we're bidding for vacation, and like it's pretty much like January when I start to prepare for the cup because the first thing I got to do is make sure that I got the time off of work and that I got a job when I come back to Chicago. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that
So it's
helps.
like not only that, but it's like people with kids, they're finding babysitters, like people are kind of like rearranging large portions of their life just to make the commitment to go out there.
yeah, and so I feel like as part of that, like we're there to like have a massive party. We're
Oh, it
there,
is.
we're there, and like the party only lasts for like 6 or 7 hours. So like just trying to show up and like be as like social as you can and try to
Personable.
answer everybody's questions and like talk to everyone, even if it's just for like a couple seconds or a minute, like
Yeah,
because
yeah.
these people like come out and like they're expecting to you know have a little bit of a conversation with you. Maybe you've been talking to them like you said over the whole course of the year. You see them in a voice chat or
Yeah.
you know you just engage with them on another social media platform. And then it's like it's really great to get to like put a name or a face to all the
Most
names.
definitely.
And
And
Yeah.
then when I go, I have a lot of people that ask me questions because that's the main place that like my notoriety came from is like Dude Grows, and they call me like the authority on autoflowers. So I have a lot of people that come up, ask questions, want to tell me about their Mephistos. You know what I mean? So I get like all the autoflower guys that kind of come up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, that is, dude, it's awesome. And like it's giving people like the credit where it's deserved. You know, like everybody puts a lot of time and a lot of effort into their garden. And it's nice to like be around a bunch of like-minded people
Yeah.
and to like be appreciated. Because a lot of people they like can't talk to many people about it, or you know, whatever the
Right.
situation is. And you get
Maybe
a
they come from a state that's still under prohibition, like a Kansas, like a wherever, you know, to where it's not really allowed, but they can still talk openly because it's like you said, it's an event of like-minded people.
Can I pay you a compliment right now, Tops?
what's that?
I want to tell you that I've been listening very intently to what you're saying. I knew when I came in here, when Cortez invited me, that I was going to receive a rich education, right? I want to thank you for contributing to mine today. Now I'm going to get choked up because I'm an old woman, but I'm not done yet, so hold on, all right? You have an impressively broad perspective. You have an all-encompassing view. I feel like I'm in a hot air balloon over the great state of Colorado right now, looking down on your party that only lasts for 6 or 7 hours, man. But man, it's a fucking party, right? I want to tell you, I love your vision, and you're not showboating.
No,
That's all that. I don't
this
believe that you're showboating. I believe that this is authentically what you want to give to the community, and what you want to give is fucking huge, man. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for everything.
no, thank you.
Hey,
It's just
Hey, look at what Justin said here. He says that Cotton Candy sounds like she's about to collect the Don's protection money
Do not pass go.
on the day of my daughter's
Go
wedding.
right to jail, baby. Listen, Justin. We're not going to let you do that now, Justin. You hold on now. Having a nice conversation with my new friend here. Would you just clam it up for a minute? Thanks a lot.
Can you guys tell Gigi's from Chicago?
I think I can.
You know, I'm from Chicago, and I'm a Gen Xer.
Oh,
We were the under-recognized generation. We're not under-recognized anymore, baby.
Yep.
no, it's this now. Y'all have the stage now.
So
Anyway,
where do you come from originally, Tops? I know it's like somewhere on the East Coast, right?
So yeah, I'm from South Jersey originally.
Oh, Jersey.
like-
Why did I think it was Philly? I think Sean told me that.
So I rep Philly hard. Like Philly was like my playground. So like when people ask like where did you spend like a lot, like I was always in Philly. I would always be like buying glass or doing other things that I won't say in Philly. And then you know,
If it hasn't been at least 7 years, please don't say it.
oh yeah. No, I mean it has, but I mean, dude, this is a new life. Like
What's understood doesn't got to be explained.
yeah, this was like a previous life. You know what I mean? I feel like I've lived like at least 3 of them so far. But like this life that I'm on right now is like the best one yet. Like I'm doing, and it goes back to like I wanted to say I appreciate what you were saying because for me like this is all just like passion, and like the passion just bleeds out like through the work. But this is a 7 day a week, like 6, 7 in the morning to 10, 11 at night thing.
A grind.
And of course it's not like I'm not like grinding like full time like that entire time, but like I'm on the clock. Like we're either doing something with the plants or I'm on the phone with somebody trying to get something arranged, or there's a lot of moving parts to all this that is kind of a lot of backstage stuff that nobody really sees. But like, that's all a part of like giving people a good experience, is like doing the proper work on the back end. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So just like having everything in place and making sure that you're ready to go, and just always being on top of your game. Because when you're not, somebody's always ready to like knock you off and take the spot. So like you gotta like hold your spot, you know what I mean, and do what you gotta.
It's a ladder match.
So what brought you to Colorado originally, Tops?
What's that?
Oh, I was just asking. So I guess I was just trying to like circle the wagon. So like you're from the East Coast originally, like Jersey, whatever. But I'm saying like basically, let's go back a little bit. So like, how long have you been in Colorado right now? And kind of, can you tell us the story, whatever you care to tell, of like what brought you from the East Coast to Colorado, and then kind of, your start out there, and then to get to the point of success that you're at now?
It's wild. I mean, I'll unpack it. It's a good. I love telling it. But yeah, I started growing when I was like 15, in my dad's house, and like I had built this like little wooden box and wood shop, and it had like a divider in the box, so the box had like two sides, and the side that would go up against the wall had like a secret door that like I could pull the box out, and like the door would open from the back, and I had CFL.
It's almost like one of the old speaker boxes almost. I know people that used to do that.
Essentially like something like that, but I had made it in wood shop, so it like was more special. And
yeah.
I had put little CFL lights in there, and like had that in my closet, and was like actually had little plants growing in CFLs. And then like my parents found that, and like I got caught smoking a bunch of times, and my dad was kind of coming at it from like a financial standpoint of like, well, if this is what you're going to do, and like this was back when weed was $4,000+ a pound on the East Coast. So he was like, you need to just learn how to grow your own so that you're not like buying it. So then he set me up like a little grow room on the side of my house. Like it was like where you would keep firewood. It had like a little roof on it. And what we did was put up another wall with a door with a lock. So like that became like my first grow room. And I started out like that. Went to a hydroponic store, spent like $1,000 and got a 1,000-watt high pressure sodium, a fan, Fox Farm nutrients and Fox Farm soil, and just like ordered seeds on Attitude with a money order, which I still have the receipt for the money order.
You didn't throw anything away.
Money order or Western Union only.
I still have the receipt for the money order that I sent to Amsterdam, and I also still have the seeds, and it has two seeds left in it.
Really?
So yeah, I mean, I knew that weed was going to be like, I've been telling my parents that I was going to do this forever since I was 13. And my parents were like, you're fucking insane. Like, no, you're not. And my mom's probably watching still, but like she says like every day when I talk to her on the phone, like how proud of me she is. And like my mom's always been my #1 fan, but like she 100% thought that I was an absolute shit show and just crazy at the time. But so that was me starting Cortez. That was like where I like started and like first satisfied my itch.
That's where you kind of got your feet wet.
Yeah, and I had a couple really successful runs. Like it was definitely beginner's luck. Like I'm not gonna lie,
right.
I had some really good success, like out of like a way less than good setup. And I was running restaurants with my dad, and then he passed away in 2018, and that was my job, like the restaurant that he owned. And so not only did I lose my dad. So back up 2 weeks. I lost my childhood best friend. And then like on March 4th, I lost my childhood best friend. And then on March 19th, my dad passed away. So I was kind of like mentally just like not in a good
Kind
spot.
of like one of those when it rains it pours types of deals. I've definitely
Well,
been through a couple of those.
I was at like one of those points in your life where you know that like this defines like this was like before March 2018 and like after March 2018, and like that's one of those moments in your life where like just I knew that everything had to change.
Right.
So I packed
You
up
know, you had to get after it.
what I had, and I came out to Colorado because I had a cousin who was here, and he like welcomed me with open arms into his home, and like I was, to be honest, like I was detoxing off opiates and benzos when I came to Colorado. I was coming off of like a 7-year drug run, and I was like really at the end of my rope. Like I was in really, really bad shape.
You finally got to the point where you were tired.
Oh,
Because that's what it takes for
tired.
most people to get away from like some of the harder drugs. Once that thrill's not there anymore, once that shit's not exciting anymore, once you're not thinking back to like, oh, I went over here, I did all this great stuff, I was getting high. Like once you get like literally tired, that's the only way that anybody can really get off of it.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean,
you still
dude,
need a strong mind.
I was working like I was a pretty honest drug addict, like, but at the height of my addiction, like I had a $600 a day habit, and like that was like
Wow.
that habit was gonna get fed one way or another, and like I was losing, and like had already kind of lost the person who I was, and like I really was in a bad spot. And when I came to Colorado, I knew that like that was obviously like me wanting to change, and like I needed something.
Changing people, places, and things.
So I went to rehab in December of 2018, and January 1st of 2019 was like my clean date. But I spent like 3 weeks in a hospital, and then I spent a month in actual rehab. So I spent like 7 weeks like away in treatment. And then when I came out, I got a job in the industry and like started growing again because I kind of had like stepped away from that with all the drugs. And when I started to step back into it, I like fell in love with everything that I, like fell in love with the first time.
Learned how to have fun again. More simple things.
Yeah. Well, and then COVID happened. So like I was working in restaurants and working in dispensaries because it's expensive to live here. So like I was working a grow job at like 7 a.m, and I would work that till like 3 p.m. And then I would go home and change. And then I would go to I was cooking steaks at Tony Roma's, and I would go work at Tony Roma's from like 5 to 11. I'd get home at 12, and then I'd have to be back at the grow at 7. And like I had a dog too, and like I was not being fair to like. So COVID happened, and then I put both my feet into the grow thing, and I went through the chain pretty quick as far as like when you start in a dispensary, you start as a trimmer, and like you kind of got to like do your time in the trenches to like work your way up to like getting an opportunity in the grow. But like I would kind of make it a point to like get closer to the growers and like spit a little bit of knowledge that I had from like when I was a kid, you know what I mean? And like let them know that like I already sort of knew how to grow plants, if they would just give me a chance. And I think that East Coast like hustler mentality shows when like you show up to work every day and you're punctual and you're on time and like you're not hungover, and like they see someone that they can rely on. So like within 2 months, like I was working like in the grow on plants full time, and I'd gotten a promotion, and like things were kind of looking up for me like in the dispensary thing. But that was just not like any way to grow weed. I saw like a lot of like the underbelly of the beast. And a lot
all the powdery mildew.
Oh, dude, powdery mildew, like moldy weed, just treatment of employees, like whether it be like sexual harassment or just abusing people for hours and abusing people for money, and like there's a lot of like really shady fucked up shit that happens.
Tops, do you think something like that? I'm sorry to interrupt you because I
No,
want to.
no, go ahead,
Do you
please.
feel that something like that, a subject like that, should be exposed?
So I think that there are people that try to expose it, but then it's like people either like Instagram's a powerful platform, and people have, you know what I mean? Like you say what you're going to say on Instagram, and like I'm blocked from the people that I had problems with because I made everything very, very public, and I made my opinion very public, and I don't keep my mouth shut. Like and that's why I quit. Like I got into it with my boss, and like he thought he was going to like play me. Like, bro, I'm not stupid. Like my boss tried to play some shit with me, and like I told him like you could fire me from this grow right now, or you can bring me to your main facility and pay me unemployment. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, like I'm not quitting, but like these working conditions are so shitty and everything's so fucked. You either put money into this grow and fix it so I can keep running it, or you can fire me and I'll collect unemployment, or bring me back to the facility that's actually worth growing in and like give me a job. And that motherfucker paid me for 6 weeks to stay home and sit on my ass because
Really?
he was so like I beat him at his own. He didn't have anything to say. He was gonna if he fired me, I was gonna collect unemployment. That guy's a fucking bum. He wasn't gonna pay unemployment.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I said,
Well, if you kind of look where the industry is coming from, like I'm really not trying to play devil's advocate, but I guess this is just kind of more a commentary to like that part of the culture. Like there's been times for like illegal grows that like you'll go to like Home Depot to find people for like $10 an hour to trim. You know what I mean? Put them in the back of a van, blindfold, the whole thing. But
well, see, and so the black market, man, it's weird because like so if I have like somebody that has to help me with stuff, like they get $25 an hour. And like I just try to like, but that's like the mentality that you have where like if you treat your people right and you pay people right and like you come correct and you're respectful to people, like you don't have to worry about somebody stealing from you. Like that person, when somebody says something negative about you, they're gonna
go to bat for you.
They're gonna have your back, you know what I mean? But if you're out here like trying to nickel and dime people and like you're not trying to share with everyone, then like you build up a bunch of people that have animosity towards you, and not a bunch of people that are trying to help you continue on the climb.
But not everybody thinks like that though. Different people got different mentalities. Like some people are so focused on they want to be a boss, they want to be in charge, then they forget what the actual task of leadership is. Because that's the difference between a boss and a leader. If you got a boss, he's just kind of telling you what to do. If you're working for someone that's a true leader, they're going to be in front of everybody else setting the pace. You know what I mean?
So a boss, like a boss gets, gets up and delegates every task.
A dictator.
To different people, and then like goes and plays golf. And
like, exactly. You only see him like once in the morning and then nothing.
Goes and does, a $300 lunch and gets drunk on mimosa or whatever, and then comes back
and writes it off on his fucking taxes at the end of the year.
Yeah, but no, like a leader is like somebody that, gets up at 6 o'clock every day, like before everyone else shows up, and like has tasks that are delegated, but like also has a task list that's like as long as their forearm that needs to get done. That's all like on their own. Stuff that needs to get done on the computer or phone calls that need to get made. And like, I don't know. If you're doing your part as a leader, it usually shows amongst like everyone that is a part of your organization. Everyone's like happy to play their part and like does it very well, and they feel
people are willing to work harder for you without you even like asking, because even if you do ask somebody to do something, they know that you're asking them to do it because you need some help, but it's something that you would do yourself.
Exactly.
Well, and everybody brings like their like everybody's happy to play their part and they feel respected and like nobody talks down to each other because it all feeds each other. Like I'm just like facilitating, you know what I mean, a lot of these different things, but like if everybody wasn't playing their part and doing what they need, like I wouldn't be able to do what I do. It's only because everybody plays their part and plays it super well that I'm able to play my part as well as I'm able to play it.
Well, and when you say that, it's exactly true, because I know when, like, anywhere I've worked for multiple companies, and there's the bosses that say, I'm never going to ask anyone to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. Like, we had one time we all had to participate and cover the reception desk. He was up there covering too. The owner of the company was sitting there answering the phones too, and that just like made everybody, you feel more respected. You feel like you're seen and you're actually taken seriously. So you want to go and you want to give the extra mile because, you know, you want to succeed with them.
Well, and yeah, and like all feeds into that. Like you're not doing it for one person. Like you all are doing it for each other. This is like this is a team operation, and like everybody plays their part, does what they need to do, and like makes the whole circle work, you know?
Yeah.
Most definitely. Hey, so Tops, what's some of the places if people wanted to possibly get a hold of you? Maybe they were looking for something. What's some of the ways to get a hold of you?
Oh, you guys can just find me on Instagram. It's gonna be at takin.tops.official.
I already got you in the description, bud.
Yeah, you can just click on the link tree, and that has all of our links. It'll have the 3 Instagrams I'm associated with and the Telegram. So you guys can always reach out to me there, and I'm more than happy to have a conversation. Are you growing right now, Cortez? You got any flowering plants?
Yeah, I'm actually on day 4 at the moment. I just took down pretty nice harvest though. Well, I had some autoflowers that came down, so that's kind of like the bulk of what I have at the moment. But I had like another smaller grow going on that was just like really DIY closet thing that I usually use as like a veg. But I just got a decent amount of clones. Shout out J.R. Takin. I got his cherry paloma. I got the blue slushies. I got that what is it? The peanut butter pie, the 710 risky rosin cut.
I have a bunch of that cherry paloma right now, dude. It's everyone loves that plant.
I got a nice couple ounces of it, and here's the funny thing, like you probably know this too, Tops. Like I hate that orange shit with a passion. It like hashtag no tangy. But like out of the harvest that I just took down, I just went into cure maybe like a week or two ago. So stuff's kind of like just coming online to where it's like able to be like smokable, you know what I mean? And even even though it's got the orange in there, the Paloma's the jar I keep going back to. And I'm like, no, stop.
So are you not a fan? Are you not a fan of like Blackberry or Super Boof? Is that not really your like cup of tea?
So that's actually the funny thing as well. I also in that round had the Tiki Madman Breeder's cut of the Blackberry.
Yeah.
So I've been assaulted by orange.
I love the Blackberry, man. I think I like the Blackberry more than the Super Boof even.
Well, the one that I got, it's a little bit different though, because I know it's from like Blockhead Genetics or whatever. So they are the breeder, but the cut that I have was the one that was pheno hunted by Tiki. I think he went through like 100 seeds to find that one, but it's actually kind of funny because the cut that I have is breeder's cut, so it's out of his breeder stock. It's one of the parents that he used for the super buff cherry numbered 26, the clone only.
No, that sounds Fuck, dude. I might have to try and get a cut of that off you, but I have too many cuts right now. Like as it is, I need to
Yeah.
get rid of some of the stuff that I have already and make room
Oh,
for new
I
stuff.
feel you. I'm doing some testing for Fast Buds right now. I have their, everybody knows them for autoflowers, and they had like the Fast Flower thing, whatever that came out. But
Mhm.
I'm doing their just legit photo femmes at the moment. I got everything backed up. I have room for like nothing else. And just because I have room for nothing else, as fate would have it, you know what I've been fucking hunting for like 4, 5, 6 years now, dude, is a cut of the original Blue Dream. What is it? Santa Rosa, Santa Cruz cut. Whatever that one is, but like the old school Blue Dream, and it's just like such a nostalgia thing for me. And I've like bought seed packs thinking I was getting like Blue Dream Auto, and it just turned out to be some like, I don't know, some like white label Dutch garbage. You know what I mean?
Why is it that every time I talk to someone that's like over the age of, I feel like I feel comfortable in saying the number is 50. Anytime I talk to a person over 50, the first thing they
37.
say to me is, "Can you get me Blue Dream?"
That's
Dude,
that is funny because that's so true.
I've
That's so true.
like this.
That's
This is
I
neither here nor there, but this is past. So I'll put a date on this just so take the implication off. We'll take it back to like 2005, 2008. I probably made over $100,000 off of Blue Dream, like no bullshit. But like just the smell, everything that goes along with it. Like, dude, it's like nostalgia for me. Like, I'm thinking about like when I was going to the mall with my friends and we got like in a fight at a gas station on the way there. I'm thinking about like, oh, I went to Navy Pier with this girl that I knew for a summer. You know what I mean? Like it could be whatever, but it's kind of like I really feel like weed is kind of like music in the sense that like you can hear a song that you haven't heard in like 15, 20 years, but when you hear it, like it almost like takes you back in time to where like you can like almost like an astral projection to where like you can remember what you were doing, like almost like you're like in that little scene from your mind again.
You have a very imaginative mind. Like you're like, and you're very you like paint a picture for what you're seeing.
Well, I'm like honestly, dude, I'm fucking like ADD brain. So I'm just like always thinking, and somehow I always think I'm like incoherent on camera, like nobody understands me, I'm not making sense. But when I watch it back later, whenever I think that I'm like the most incoherent is like some of my best interviews that I've done. But it's just like ADD fucking neurons firing.
You know what, Cortez? You are a brilliant jewel. Right up, floating above my head right now. I gotta
I
tell
got
you.
like the beautiful mind thing going on.
No, that's not where I was going with that.
Well, Cortez, what are you doing? Counting cards. Counting cards. Fish sticks.
Who's saying that?
Oh, I'm actually making fun of myself right now. So it's okay.
Oh, Cortez.
Get it. We've all
Oh,
seen Rain Man.
oh God. Thank you for inviting me on this
Th-
show for
Those of
crying out loud.
those of us who want the blue dream, we've we've seen Rain Man, Alicia.
You see, can I say this, Top?
What's
What
that?
I was listening to what Cortez was painting, that beautiful Monet picture up on the wall there in the museum with, and I would like to also add that it takes us back to our youth. That's why we want it.
The Blue Dream.
Straight up, the blue dream, baby. We all knew what we were doing in 2005, baby.
So we want the blue dream while our parents are the ones that are like, where's that roadkill skunk? I guess it's just it's like the strain of a generation, Tops.
I'll be asking for Super Booth in 20 years from now, and people are gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Tops is gonna be like, "Oh yeah, back in my day we had the GMO. It
Be like,
smelled like
"Yeah,
garlic,
you
mushroom, and
didn't have
onion."
to."
Some kid's gonna be like, "Why the fuck would you want that?"
Oh fuck, that's fucking funny.
Or the monkey spunk, dude. Like I'll be screaming the monkey spunk from the mountaintops. Everyone's gonna be
Like, okay.
Hey,
Do you
so
like
Tops,
monkeys?
be like, "Yeah, I got fucking jars of this shit, man."
Tops, whose leg do I gotta hump to get a cut of that monkey spunk, brother?
I got some ready now. I think.
No shit. Oh, we'll spin the wagon around on that one. What's mine is yours too, Kimosabi. Maybe we do a little bit of horse trading. What do you say?
Oh yeah, dude. No, figure it out. I want some people to do some breeding projects with it. I think we're going to. I think me and my partner Kyle are gonna run.
What
do
is
a
that? Isn't that a sage cross, Tops?
It's a Gorilla Glue 4 across the Lilac Diesel.
Oh, why did I think sage? I don't know. I had that one.
Don't
confused.
know. Not me. It wasn't me.
Jars.
I don't know. That's definitely a very like Colorado strain, though. That what is it? The sour and sage. I'm not really a fan.
Sage and sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. I think Heart and Soil's done quite a lot of work with that sage, and so has Adam Dunn.
Big shout out to Brett over there from this soil, by the way.
Yeah, Brett's really good people.
Yeah, he really is.
We have a poker night planned out for a couple weeks from now. Me, Brett, and a couple other guys get together like probably every 6 to 8 weeks, play poker.
That's fine.
Oh, it's always a good time. You know, some low stakes poker, a little bit of whiskey, a little bit of tequila. That's a night.
Good time. It's a good time.
So that was but yeah, this has been really awesome. I really appreciate like coming on here and just getting to like shoot the shit with you guys, have a good time. I'm eating some edibles and just took a couple dabs.
Can you tell us some more about those edibles you got there, Tops? Oh,
You got everything.
so those are from the Tropicana as well.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness. Would you
Damn.
look at that?
Yeah, a little freeze dried Skittle action.
What's the dosage on those, bruh?
You know what?
Put a milligram on them.
Milligram a piece?
50 per Skittle.
Oh, 50. Okay, that's good.
good.
Time.
That's pretty good.
a very delightful number. Mm-hmm.
Then we got
Those
these
sounds kind
ones.
of dangerous.
Those are 75 a piece.
Very good. Those are all so, take a few, enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're me, you'll eat a whole pack of Skittles, but like, I know some people that eat one Skittle and like that's
Yeah.
That's the cutoff point. Well, it's so funny though. Like even people be like, "I've smoked weed every day since 1979. Edibles don't do anything for." I'll give them some of the ones that I make, and they're like, I don't know. They're in like Debo's chicken coop.
my mom said that my mom said she made brownies one time and like I don't know how strong they got, but she said she gave her mom a bite. And like her mom was like stupid high for like 3 days.
I believe it.
If the shit slaps, the shit slaps. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, she dosed my grandmom, dude. Like
my girl dosed her
Grandma,
sister like 2 Thanksgivings ago, and then I think her sister kind of figured it out like a year later and like kind of said something to me about it like on the side. But it was kind of one of those things where it was like, just so you know, I know type of thing, but it was like, whoa, like I'm not the one that did that. But no, she was like, I thought I was gonna have to call the ambulance that day. I thought the Lord was coming to take me.
I'm gonna have to get an ambulance.
and it was from One Ring.
Oh no, not the ambulance, dude. No. There's no coming back from the ambulance.
I didn't know you were a comedian too.
No need a motherfucking ambulance out here.
Oh god.
What's your name, sir?
I don't know. Now
Joe.
that it's like a year later, I'm like laughing about it, but at the time it's like, why the hell did you give her that? Like now I'm in trouble. What the fuck?
Oh man. What's everybody smoking?
What is?
I'm smoking OG Kush from
I
grew it from Humboldt. It's
Oh
good.
hell yeah.
Delicious.
Oh, I thought this was peanut butter pie, but this actually is cherry paloma. That I've been. It makes a little bit more sense why I'm as high as I am right now.
You know, Cortez, you might want to tune it down a little with the orange hate, man, because, you've been smoking that motherfucker all afternoon. And look
Yeah.
I know.
I never
don't
saw
know.
this beautiful jewel come out of my head like this. I'm smoking Octane Punch, which is something from my friend Claudia at On the Vine Genetics that I grew.
Very nice.
Oh,
I've
Claudia.
been smoking orange for like a week now, though, so I think my taste buds have been like somewhat seared off. At the
Citrus seared. Like
yeah, I got that citrus sear going on.
when I have like some stuff like that, I have like a specific dab rig. That's all.
You got
It's
the
like-
Tangy rig.
Yeah, because you can't like if you try to smoke another strain like out of that same, it just all tastes like Tangy.
Oh, I know.
Like the whole rig, the water, like it's all tainted by Tangy. So like you have to have like your citrus piece and then like your regular piece.
That's like last night. I actually just whipped up a whole batch of some topicals, and I went all out. I put like did that gel. I put the DMSO. I put a lot of CBD, so a lot of different things. But I put sandalwood and cinnamon essential oils, but that was mostly to throw off that like little fishy smell from the DMSO. And oh my god, I'm gonna have to soak my magic butter machine in 99% ISO for like a fucking week to get this stank out of it, dude.
You use real buckets, right?
I have, yeah.
Do you still use them?
It depends on the grow. I would say it's actually probably been about a year since I used them.
Are you cocoa or are you living soil?
Yeah, I'm living soil. That's why, like, I don't know with cocoa. I guess it's kind of like a learning curve, honestly, dude, because I started growing in soil, and then like, I actually mixed my own. I have my own like procedure. I have like my own like measurements and ratios. So that's really like my wheelhouse at this point, to where I can just kind of grow like blindfolded with it. I've tried cocoa. I've done, even before I got the real buckets, I actually did DIY real buckets that had like the 24-inch PVC pipe to like top feed to the bottom type thing with air stones in the res, like the whole thing. Just from hearing like the guys talk about it on the show. But anytime I've grown in cocoa, I haven't been as successful as I am with soil. So I guess it's one of those things to where it's kind of like a learning curve, but it's like how much of the learning curve am I willing to go through while I'm either A, fucking something up, B, getting a lackluster harvest, and I still have my lights running, I'm still paying for nutrients, like that starts eating into my bottom line at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know what, I'm gonna stick with what I'm good at for the most part. But I actually am tempted now that I moved back in like November and I just got this new setup. I kind of was thinking about doing a real bucket run in my new 5x5.
Okay.
So it's definitely not out of the possibility, but maybe people would like that because if I grow in cocoa, there's definitely the chance that I might fail in public.
Well, failing in public is the best way to learn. But like,
Yeah.
I just wanted to know because like I like growing in cocoa, but
It's an amazing system.
for me, it's like the most simplistic. It's like kind of like you with your ratios. Like I know all my nutrients like down to a T, and like
Yeah.
I think for cocoa, a lot of it is like knowing how to let your plants dry back and
Yeah.
like, the water frequency rate in which you feed them. Because like when I get my plants into flower, I'm feeding them like 5 or 6 times a day, but in
Right.
like 15-second shots.
And then if you got the real bucket, that's where it's taking some of the work out of it and adding a layer of automation because it's got the float valve in there and everything. So it's just kind of like replacing it from the res as the roots are uptaking the water. And by
Yeah.
the way, if you guys want to save 10% on those and get free
Yeah.
shipping, go over to www.realgrowers.com/Cortez or just use Cortez at checkout.
I think for a lot of people, it just depends on your lifestyle. Like,
Well, see, like, okay, I guess to kind of put this in a nutshell so it makes more sense, or maybe it won't, it's just my mind. But, like, so at this point, I'm, like, so loyal to the soil. Like, I don't pH. And I got Chicago City water. My tap comes out, like, 7.0 all year round. So, Chicago, we used to have these, like, stockyards where it was, like, cows, everything. And it was slaughterhouses. But, like, on the river, they would put all like the excrement, the leftover bits of the cow and the pig and everything, they'd throw it either into the Chicago River or Lake Michigan. So they had to figure out how to reverse engineer the flow of the Chicago River in order to make the water more sanitary. So through that up until like current times, Chicago water, like what comes out of our faucets, believe it or not, is like almost like sanitary just because of what we dealt with like early 1900s when the city was getting set up. Mrs. O'Leary's cow kicked the lanterns over the whole fucking 9 yards, you know. But I refuse to pH. Like I at this point I'm almost like morally opposed to it. Like I don't know. Maybe you've heard my little rants, maybe you haven't. But I came up as like a GH3 part grower, so like just from doing that for like so many years, it just like broke me as far as pHing.
yeah, see, I don't mind pHing. It's just part of the process. But like I have a Blue Lab Guardian that keeps everything pretty on track. And for me, like
Oh, you got one of them fancy pH fans, huh?
I have a reservoir, like even in my veg, I have a 30-gallon res, and then my garage is gonna have a 75 or 100-gallon res, and like, so
Yeah.
I don't want to have to like pull out a pen every time. Like, I want to be able to
Right.
just walk into my grow room and look on the wall, and like it tells me everything in there.
So
Yeah.
I was moving back in November, and there was, you know, whenever you move, there's just kind of shit you like just kind of throw away or just kind of like happen to leave there because it's like not worth it and you're like worn out from moving the rest of your shit. But as far as like my grow style, my living soil and all that, and then like as far as cocoa goes, I had like a cheap pH pen, right? I had a Vivo Sun pH pen that I got for however the fuck much I got it for off of Amazon.
Probably $12.19 on Amazon.
Probably. But when I was moving, it was on one of the last trips. I put that Vivo Sun pH pen under my back tire, but like kind of in the front of it, and I turned the switch on my truck to go into 4-wheel drive, and I gave it a little bit.
Bitch over.
I gave it a little bit of brake as I gave it the gas, so I actually spun out a little bit on top of my pH pen. Then it was like I've made a choice. There's really no going back at this point because I just ran the motherfucker over. Speaking of trucks, I seen you just got that Hemi thing, Tops. That thing's sexy, bro.
Dude, are you driving a Dodge Durango with the Hemi in it? SRT?
I didn't get the SRT, but I got the RT.
But it still got the Hemi nonetheless. I saw the
Yeah.
Hemi thing.
Yeah, fucking Hemi.
Yeah, I love it. Thing is
So
an
great.
absolute beast.
She is ready to go at any time, I'm sure.
Yeah, I actually need to get. I'm gonna get like some like the smoked out tail lights put on it and do like the fogged smoked out fog lights, and I'm gonna do some work to it. No car comes off the lot perfect,
Yeah.
but
What have
she
you got that thing up to, Tops? What's your record so far?
allegedly like 130.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Oh, come on. I'm a little disappointed, Tops.
Yeah, I know I'm much safer than I used to be. What can I say?
I used to have a Cadillac Catera. It was the 97, so it was like the wide body style. But well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Like that was a Cadillac, but it was actually built like a European sports car, and some of the parts were interchangeable from a GTO for it. And I definitely put the V8 LS1 in there.
See, I want to go faster, but I'm like,
I
dude,
got,
need to
I
find
got that.
a way.
I got that the LS1 up to this is actually like the fastest I've ever driven it. I got it up to like 210, 215.
Well, where do you take a car to do
Yeah.
that though?
Up
Yeah.
north by my mom's house. I was in Wakanda, Illinois. Big shout out Lake County.
Are you for fucking serious, dude? They would have hauled your ass if they had seen you up there.
Well, no, I went to high school out there. I went to high school out there, so like I already
You
know.
went to high school up there?
Yeah, I went to high school in Wakanda.
So you're untouchable.
No, that means I know where the fucking cops are, and
Oh,
I know
yeah.
if it's like 2 in the morning, I can fucking
Yeah.
hit it real quick. And
See,
even
I
if
don't-
I see a
dude.
cop, I'm not stopping because I've already made a choice at that point.
I don't know. I don't have like a spot in Colorado where like I know where I can get away with doing something like that. You know what I mean? Like I
You
got,
got like a good stretch.
dude. There's just cops everywhere.
I
here.
know.
Cameras.
My
Yeah.
luck, I would do that, and I would pass like 4 state troopers that are just going to Dunkin' Donuts at like 3:30 in the morning, and they would take my fucking truck away, and I'd be
Yeah.
devastated.
Well, see, like at the same time, I might not be giving the best advice because I'm 37 now. That was the type of shit I was doing at like 23, 24. But pretty much anytime I get a car within, like, I would say the first 30 days of having it, like, I'm going to push it to see, like, where the governor kicks in at, just in case I ever do got to get up out of there.
I see Rasufa joined into the chat. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, shit.
I don't know.
Big shout out, Rasufa.
I was wearing Rasufa's shirt the other day and gave him
Yeah.
a shout out. I love supporting the DGC homies.
Fuck yeah. Rasufa's a really legit dude, too.
He's very genuine. He's another guy that
Oh,
works. He works his ass off too. Like he's on Instagram, like doing something like all the time. And I see what you're doing, Rasufa. It's super respectable because you just do it because you love it, which is like it's even more respectable.
And he's like one of those people, what I really respect about him, like, he's going to tell you what's on his mind. He's going to tell you straight. Like, there's no bullshit about him.
Well, that all feeds into, like I said earlier, he has no agenda. You know what I mean? Like there's and like people that do, like people that are like that in the industry that are just here because they love it. Like those are the truest people, you know?
Most definitely. Yeah, he's got a lot going on. Like, I know he just had like a judging thing for something big that he just did out there in California. I know they do that like a weed sommelier thing or whatever. The like
Oh yeah,
testing
something
or whatever.
Gangier or something.
Gangier.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. People like it's trying to normalize our community, you know, because a lot of us have been forced to, you know, be in our basements or like be in our garages and be kind of cooped up and like keep to ourselves. And like now there's like this whole like culture of people that are coming out, like, you know, coming out of the woodwork now. And like we're having cannabis events here, and like we're actually having a huge event here in like 3 weeks, and we rented out like one of the coolest barbecue spots in my town.
What's
And
the event, Tops?
It's called Hashoween,
Hash
Oh my
Away.
God,
Oh,
how
so it's
fun.
like a
I
little
know.
spooky season event, huh?
So yeah, like we rented out a barbecue, or not me, but like the people that are throwing the event. I'm one of like the like platinum sponsors of the event. But we're gonna be like have a dab bar set up all night, and like there's gonna be probably like 15 or so different vendors of like different cannabis products and whatever anybody brings to the table. Yeah,
Tell me more, Don Corleone.
exactly. A lot of Tropicana, a lot of Globfather stuff, Takin Tops flour. We'll have like all of our products there, but there will be a lot of people set up. There'll be like a costume party. There's going to be live glass blowers, music, VIP bags. So we do
And
stuff.
then the people that can't make it, they should probably check out that Telegram, right?
You can always check out the
Yeah,
Telegram.
I mean, you can always check it out,
Yeah, just check it out. You know what I
Check it
mean?
out.
All you got to do is just check it
It
out.
won't hurt.
But yeah, like we like to get together with the community here because the Denver like scene, like people think that it's like this massive like conglomerate thing, and it's like it's all the same faces like at every event. Like you start to just see like it's all the same people that are all migrating around to like go to the same stuff. So you like create like nice genuine friendships with probably a lot of people who otherwise you would have never met.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Then you got your little circle. Hey, Tops, you could take over a continent with 5 people?
Take over what?
I said, Tops, you could take over a continent with 5 people? Little food for thought.
You know,
It's just I don't even. No response is enough of a response,
Oh, yeah. So what are you smoking on over there, brother?
I was smoking the rainbow guava. Now I'm smoking some. What is this? Peach maraschino.
Oh, I got that in the e-cards. That's really good.
ooh.
Actually, I think I'm going to clean this off a bit, and I'm going to go after some of this white lemon head.
The white lemon head.
Are we all doing concentrate? Are we all do? Are you dabbing, Alicia? What are you doing up there?
No, I have a dry herb vape.
Yeah,
I would probably. I wouldn't. I'd be coughing so much. I cough so much every time I dab.
See, I'm the opposite. I smoked a joint earlier, and I thought I was gonna die.
Nope. That's me and bong. I can't do
hit,
bong.
like you hit the dab.
Yeah, like I can smoke dabs like a machine, but like when I start to smoke flower, like one joint of flower, I'm fucking cooked. Like I'm lit.
No shit.
See, I was just talking to Cortez earlier about this. Cortez, remember when I asked you when what are your standards for getting high? What are you looking for? You know what I mean? Remember?
Right.
It's like Tops. He psychically knew I was asking the question, and now he's answering it. It's astounding.
I think we might have like the little telepathy thing going on, Gigi.
Telepathy?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's, what happens every day, you guys. That's all I'm saying. But I'm gonna.
Did you say you were smoking on OG?
Yeah, OG Kush. Yep.
Oh, this is OG. Well, this is OG Kush Breath.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah,
you can just like pass one right through the TV. Like, oh, I'd love to smell that.
The camera doesn't do it justice, but I mean, it's a beautiful bag of herbs.
fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
These are those kind of nugs too. Like this specific OGKB is like you throw it, like you drop it, and like I don't know if you can hear that, but
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
can hear that.
Solid.
yeah, like it thumps when it hits the table, you know, and like it's a lot of strains nowadays like don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, I know. They're fluffy.
Yeah, which I mean, I just am a fan of like some denser herb. I think it just like contributes to like an overall like heavier smoke. I don't know if that's like a placebo that I've just convinced my mind that is true, but I feel like when I have like a denser nug, I get like a more like robust, like an all around kind of more packier punch
Mhm.
than I do. Like almost like a fluffier weed is almost like a Coors Light.
Yeah. Something that's like kind of more foxtail-y, like really airy.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's
Like
placebo
sitting there,
effect.
you look at a
That
nug
always is
and
like,
it's like, is that like a 2-gram nug? And then you weigh it and it's like 0.7 a gram, but it looks fucking huge.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
but that's what's great about weed is like there's something for everybody.
And then I noticed too with like denser weed, it burns a little slower because with some of that like
Yeah.
more airy stuff, as soon as you put the like lighter to it, it like disappears like pixie dust.
Exactly.
It just
Exactly.
incinerates like sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? I hit the bowl once and set it down. How is it cached?
Well, in Colorado, that's like that
Oh
happens
yeah,
to
you guys
us.
got that crazy humidity.
Yeah,
Well,
like if you
dehumidity.
yeah, like if you like take weed out and like go walk your dogs and then like come back and like try to roll a joint after that, it's like what? Did this sit out in the sun and like and it's like, no, you just left it on the coffee table for 20 minutes. Like you can't do
Yeah.
that. Versus like if you're in South Florida and like you leave a nug on the table and like it like re-moisturizes.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
That's how it is here in Chicago during the summers.
Yeah, like I a lot of times like people here like will end up putting like another fan leaf in the bag because like that's a good grower trick. I feel like a lot of people don't know is like if you accidentally dry your weed out a little bit too much, just like go pluck like a leaf or two off of like your live plants and put that in the bag with the nugs and like it'll re-liven everything back
Right.
up. Like the nugs will take the moisture from the leaf.
That's
Or
a good idea.
if you're growing the same strains after you cut it down, like let's say you got like however much you got that's like starting to get a little on the dry side, what I'll do if I got cuts and I got the same shit coming down behind it, I'll dry the weed out all the way for sure, you know what I mean? But when I go to cure it, I'll just throw it back in and like mix it in. And by the time, give it like a week or two cure, I really can't tell what was old and what was new out of that specific strain.
Oh.
This is what happens when you just give everyone just their endless time to figure shit out, you know? Like
It works though. It's useful.
everyone's got their own setup. Everyone's got and it's like, but and other people be like, that does, and it's like, well, it works for me and my setup
Right.
and my parameters, and it probably wouldn't work for you, but it works
Yeah.
for me.
You know what though? I always say, like, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, right? So I mean, there's not really a right or a wrong. Well, there is some wrong ways to grow weed.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
There's a
If you're
lot of wrong
putting,
ways.
like
Yeah.
nasty shit in it or something like that. But it's like as long as you're achieving your goal at the end of the day, and then it's like whatever you have the most success with. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of like I was saying earlier about like for me, if I ever like get low on weed, I know I got to build up. Maybe I have like an event or something going on to where I know I got to kind of like stockpile. It's like I'm not trying nothing new. Like it's literally murder by numbers. Like it's not fun. It's a chore. It's work, and it's just stick to the script.
that's what's so beautiful about like having this as like a thing though, whether it's a passion project or a hobby or like something you're doing as a business. Like everyone can do it for their own reasons, and like everyone has their own expectation of like what they're putting into what the project. And like some people are just trying to like grow enough herb to like not have to go to the store, and like maybe they're not trying to grow like competition, winning
Yeah.
caliber flower. Like
Yeah.
maybe they're just trying to grow some good smoke that like they can share with the people in their household and the friends like directly in their life, and like and through doing that they're positively impacting their people. So like in the end it's like a fulfilling kind of thing. And I think for a lot,
Electricity bills cheaper than the dispensary any day.
well, and for a lot of people, putting the money aside, I do believe like and firm like I still grow flower. I still grow I love growing flower. I hardly smoke flower. I smoke all dabs, but like I enjoy the therapeutic value that I get from
Yeah.
like being with the plants and like having to, days where I maybe don't want to get out of bed, like depression's a real thing and like it affects a lot of people. But like I have days where like, oh, I don't want to get up and do it, but I got to get up and I got to feed my plants and I got to, do these things. So it's like by that, the garden like positively impacts my life.
Yeah.
But I think for everybody it's different, and I think that everyone has, like I said, different expectations on like what they're trying to do. But I encourage like everyone that like wants to try to do it, because I think that it's really personally fulfilling, and it's not like as hard to grow some good weed as like a lot of people paint it out to be.
It's really
Yeah.
not. And then sometimes it like really just comes down to keeping it simple. Like the cannabis plant like predates like human beings as far as like evolution, all that kind of stuff. So it's like the plant really doesn't need us to grow. Like it's literally a weed. It can grow outside and survive and maintain its population and everything. You know what I mean? So I think that's with some new growers, it's like they get bits of information from like all their favorite YouTube people. And not to even say that like any one of those people is wrong, but when you take like the advice that you get from different people, it's like, okay, well, that person you got the advice from is in cocoa, that person's in living
Yeah.
soil. Okay, so you've got pro mix, but you're doing something that somebody does with like a deep water culture system. You know what I mean? And they're trying like so much different crap that they don't know where they're failing because they're trying so many things at once.
Yeah, I mean, find a simple way.
Yeah,
Get
the
get
easier the better.
get your foot in the door. And if you've never done it before, like, and you don't know like anything, you're literally like starting from ground zero, then I highly recommend you just get a bag of grow dots and like get yourself across the finish line and like have a good experience. And then after you've got the itch, you know what I mean? You've been able to suffice the itch. Like when you go in the second or the third time, like into more cycles, you'll start to have like your confidence up, which then at that point you can approach the fork in the road and be like, am I going to go cocoa and like synthetics, or carbon based nutrients, or am I going to go the organic living soil route? And then you can find like nowadays with all the different Discord platforms and all these podcasts and everything, like you can kind of choose what lane you want to be in, and then you have all the different outlets to all the reputable information, and you just take the skills that you learned in your first run and like learning how to water a plant, learning how to let it dry out, learning when you needed to prune the leaves, learning dealing with pest pressures and trying to keep humidity and temperature stable in a grow room, and learning that when you switch from veg to flower that you're going to change the humidity, and like all these different things that like if you've been a grower for a long time, are just like second nature. To somebody that's just doing this for the first time, like all those different factors are super intimidating.
Right.
So like
All
making
the
sure
little variables.
that you can get them like through a run, and then like getting the skills up to where when they go into their next run, they kind of like have what they need to like go off on their own. And you know what I mean? And like I was saying to you, like the best way to learn too is to like kill some plants, because
Yeah.
like that's just gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. I mean, it's unfortunate, but like sometimes you gotta fuck something up just to like learn the lesson to go on to like the next time to actually have success with it.
Yeah, just let it. Yeah, I mean, like if you mess
You gotta
up,
roll your sleeves up, man. You gotta get in there. You gotta get your hands dirty, and you gotta find what works best for you.
you got to be humble and take it on the chin. You know what I mean? Like take it on the chin and feel it and know where you messed up and like document everything that you do. Like write it all down in details and dates and what you did, so that like when you get to that point where like you did crash and burn on a grow, you can look back at everything you did and you kind of have like a little like
You can
guide to
pinpoint
go off
it. You
of.
got the analytics.
Yeah, you know where you messed up, and maybe next time you can avoid that mistake, and maybe just ask a couple of your grow buddies maybe what their opinions were of where you went wrong, and you'll get through it.
We got a great community too, to where, there's been times like even still like now I'll run into some like weird thing that I've never seen before, and I can hit up Jared Token, I can hit up Banner, like I can ask somebody like that like I still have like the utmost respect for, that I look up to, so you know what I mean, and they're able to answer the questions. But it's like so crazy though, like how like kind of accessible, I guess I would say, that we all are in the cannabis community, because it's like even though we're like on these podcasts and everything, like we're regular people. Like I know that the people that hit me up, like I try to at least respond to everybody eventually. You know what I mean? But it's kind of funny, like any other type of person of like notoriety, like they probably don't even check their DMs to like message people back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, this community, like I said, is still like in its infancy, and like yeah, we all are just like regular people, and like for me, like I appreciate like everyone that hits me up, and like it's still like to me like on a personal level. So I do. I get back to like everyone that tries to extend their time to me. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm just like happy to be a part of the industry and like happy to have like the little like my little piece of like heaven that I do, because I just enjoy like what I do and I'm grateful that I get to be a part of it. But the scene is like so much bigger than like all of us, like we all are just like a little individual.
Cog in the chain.
Yeah, we're all just a little part of like this massive picture that's being painted.
I like to call it a tapestry, Tops, and I feel like when we come together, even like this, with 4 people right here on the camera, we are weaving ourselves deeper into the culture, and we are creating the culture. We are here and we are doing it. And I'm here representing the average home grower, because that's what I am. So
You got more followers than I do, Gigi.
look, Cortez, some of us do it different. I don't know what to tell you, honey, but I love what you're doing. You're the Michael Jordan of this team here. I can see what you're doing here. You're doing awesome things. Straight up.
Oh, you're too gracious.
No, seriously, like, I don't sugarcoat shit.
Not
Speak my
Willy
mind.
Wonka. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you.
I do appreciate being here. This is so enriching to listen to.
Almost
Appreciate
definitely.
you coming.
It was a pleasure to have you on. Really glad you
Yes.
could make it and, share your time with us.
Thanks. I'm gonna go cry now because I'm a girl. God damn it.
No, it's okay. But we are a little over
Yeah.
90 minutes, so we're going to start to land this thing here. Why
Prepare
don't you go ahead, Tops, if you got anything coming up? I know you said like the event, if you want to shout out your socials and all that stuff.
Yeah. So you can find me at takin.tops.official on Instagram. You could also find me at globfather.official on Instagram. We have the Turpicana. There we go. Turpicana extracts. Like I said, if you check my link in my bio on Taking Tops, it'll have all the Instagrams there. We're going to be
I also have a clickable link. If they want to look in the description for this, they can just click your name and it'll take them to your Instagram.
Perfect. Yeah. And then, so like as events, for right now, we just have Hashoween coming up on October 27th. So that'll be here out in Morrison, Colorado. So if anybody is in Colorado around that time, just hit me up and let's get together and hang out. Other than that, I mean, we'll probably do something for like a Christmas event. I'm not really sure like what is booked really for that time of the year. But I really am trying to, I'm gonna like prequel this here because I haven't said anything yet, but I'm trying to do a toy drive again.
Hell yeah.
So
That's awesome.
I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember exactly when, but I did a toy drive in collaboration with Growcast.
Very nice.
And I haven't really worked with them in quite some time, but like that doesn't mean that I can't do a toy drive. I'm just trying to like facilitate like a spot because a couple years ago I had like a location where like we all had met up and like all like the local growers scene like that wanted to be a part of it had all come and brought gifts, and we filled up like 2 Jeeps filled with toys and brought them all to Salvation Army and got everyone toys. And then also everyone brought like a grower's gift. So like everyone that came, it was like a pack of seeds or like a pipe or just like something small, like
something cool.
And we'd all put them on the table, and you left with a box that you didn't bring. So you just kind of would like put all the stuff on the table and grab a different box and like go home. And that was a really good idea. So I'm trying to like think of something like that and get it together.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
Hey, Tops, I won't be out there again until next June. I will be out there the first week of June. But if you do get that toy drive thing, let me know. I want to help you with that. I'll donate some.
No, dude, for sure. And that's why I said, like, I want to do the toy drive, because anytime I mention it, like, everyone just is like, let's get it. Everyone just wants to, like, help out. And for me, like, something like that, it doesn't even need to be said. It's like, let's just get this organized and figure out how to do it.
If you get it together, we'll talk on the side, but just give me like an address or something, and I'll send like some Amazon toys or something. Just have them dropped off.
No, for sure. Because like these toys, like these kids that get them, like it's like they otherwise would get nothing at all. And like that for me is like,
that's huge.
I like to help out where we can.
You're like Nino Brown over there giving out turkeys.
I haven't gone to turkey drives yet. I haven't done one of those, but I can start with a toy drive. God damn it!
Well, but on the day of your daughter's wedding.
Oh, dude, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there one day, you know.
Got Don Globfather over here. Boy, I'm gonna go ahead and put you to the back then, Tops, but we will talk on the side, okay?
I appreciate you coming on. It was very nice meeting you.
Oh, thank you guys.
You're awesome, man.
I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Oh yeah. We gotta do this again too, Tops. We gotta get a part 2 eventually.
Always down, brother. I'm always here.
All right. Wait, until next time. Wow, that was really fun, huh, guys?
I'm having the time.
There's a lot of information.
Oh my goodness, it's a rich education, Alicia.
Yeah, a lot of information, which is good.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I have fun. Thank you, Gigi. I'm so happy you came.
Gigi, thank you. Honestly, Gigi, thank you for just being yourself. Thank you for being so
Hmm.
awesome, and thank you for giving us some of your time on this Sunday.
I, I
Yes.
I do appreciate the both of you very much. Your nicknames now are Jordan and Pippin. So when I see you coming, you can expect that because I'm from the Midwest and we give everybody a nickname there.
This is very true.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
that.
having me. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, Gigi, do you got anything coming up yourself that people should look out for? And then go ahead, plug. Go ahead and give yourself a plug, Gigi. Where can they find you on your social media as well as also clickable in the description? But can you give us the rundown?
Well, I'm rolling the dice at Instagram over there, baby. Rolling the dice. And I'm the Cosmic Cotton Candy over there. You know, uh, I have a show on Tuesday nights. It's called The High as Hell Smoking
Mhm.
Program. Kiana Alicia likes to stop by after dinner. May I suggest that those of you who haven't joined me, perhaps you'd like to stop by. It's every Tuesday with my smoking partner, Debo.
Mhm.
I think I've wandered in there once or twice on edibles before, but it was definitely a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's the place to be if you're on edibles, man.
I think I was in there for it was like maybe 2 hours, hour and a half. I
You
have
know,
to ask my wife. She's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "Shh, be quiet.
There's
This is
always
funny."
there's always lots of games and there's always something going on for
I
sure.
mean, you know,
Like
there's always something. Alicia, you're so right. I,
but one time I saw a major storm hit Gigi's house and they had no electricity and she had to hide in the closet with her dogs. She
one
lost
time
Oh,
that
windows
happened,
that
only that
night.
one time, Alicia. Just the one
Gigi,
time.
we got to get you back on. We'll talk on the side, but I want to get you on the show as our like star guest. I
Oh,
want to
stop
interview
it,
you, Gigi. Is
Cortez.
that okay?
Are you serious, Cortez? Come on now. You you smoke too much of the tansy, Cortez. You're not thinking straight.
No, we want to get you back on.
All right.
We'll figure something out as far as schedule. But all right,
Well,
guys, we
thank you so
Thank you
are
much.
very
about
much.
to land this
Thank,
plane here.
thank
So
everybody in the
until
chat.
next time, stay high.
Stay
Thank you,
right.
everybody.